Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry that this video has taken forever and a day. I've actually been trying to film this video what feels like 2 or 3 weeks now. But literally every single time I was like, I'm gonna sit down and film today, or start getting everything ready to actually start filming, something would happen. Like today, for instance, I just laid my son down for a nap, and I was sitting here trying to get everything organized and ready for this video, and I happened to look over at the most perfect moment ever to watch my son dive head first onto the floor. He tried to reach for a toy or something, I think, and fell out of his crib. He's okay. So, that's good. I think it just scared him. Like, he didn't get hurt. There was no bruises or knots or any of that. So, I think it just scared him more than anything. So, tomorrow I'm going out to get one of those things that you put on a toddler bed so they don't fall out of bed, like a guardrail or net or whatever they are. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to go to the store and look, but tomorrow that is becoming a thing because I'm scared to death that he is going to fall out again. So I have my husband in the next room watching the baby monitor like a hawk. So yeah. And every time before that, either the dogs wouldn't stop barking, or Jackson was having an off day, he wanted to throw a fit, or he wanted to go play outside, or he wanted to read books. So, needless to say, I've been trying so hard to make this video, but now I'm making it. So it's being made. Next, this is not a diamond painting video. Because I said on my last video that I had gotten into cross stitch, that I wanted to start making videos about that as well as diamond paintings. So, first one, we're going to try it out, see how it goes. I do want to give, like, I guess shout outs or whatever. These are, I wrote down all of the people that I have found so far that I have been watching on FlossTube. Some of them I've been watching since I've started, and then other ones I have just recently found within the last couple of months or so. But they are the ones that have pretty much eased my mind about cross stitching, because before I literally had zero idea what to do at all. Once I show you my whips that I've already started, I will show you what I thought cross stitching was and how I couldn't comprehend how that would work. You guys, anybody who cross stitches is going to either laugh hysterically at me or want to smack me. We'll find out. Stitchin' Mommy, Jan Hicks, Coffee Stitcher, Cross Stitch with Luda, Pam's Crafty Corner. I watched her when I first started cross stitching, so huge shout out to her, because the ones that I started to watch at first were really the ones that taught me how to cross stitch, so thank you. Miss Oh So Crafty, Stitching Jules, Jessie Marie Does Stuff, Peacock and Fig. That's another one. When I first found FlossTube, she was the first one that I found. And when I seen all of her tips and tutorials and all of that, I literally watched every one of her videos. I think I was watching for like a week, but I did. And then I had to tell her that, you know, she was absolutely amazing and that I literally watched every one of her videos. A few of them I've actually watched multiple times just because even though I knew what to do, I still wasn't confident. So I figured I'd have to watch them like 10 times before I could actually figure it out. So thank you to Peacock and Fig. Like, you were a complete lifesaver and your videos are just so wonderful. So much information. The Stash Queen, Ginger, Gerald, Stitcher, and Stephanie Watson. There are more that I've recently found, but like I said, I have been trying to make this video for, it feels like weeks now. I didn't update my list. But literally to all of these lovely people that do the cross stitch videos for whips, finishes, stitch with me's, tutorials, how-tos, trips, or tips and tricks, just all of it. Like, you guys are absolutely amazing, and you have helped me so much. Literally, like, on a daily basis, I will just randomly pick somebody and to watch, or well, to listen to while I stitch, because I don't personally know anybody that stitches, so it makes me feel like, I don't know, we're kind of like interacting and stitching together. I love it. And I have to give a huge shout out to Jan Hicks, because her videos are so calming and so relaxing that I was literally having one of the worst days. Actually, I think it was like last week, and I was just like, I need Jan Hicks in my life right now. Like, I need her Hawaii pictures and her calming voice and her just overall her. Like, she is absolutely amazing. So thank you for that day and making my day better. Okay. Next. I forgot something. Be right back. Okay. I forgot this. I have been writing down every single cross stitch kit that I get. I wish I would have done this with my diamond paintings. I have what it's called, the day that I ordered it, the day it shipped, the day I got it in my mailbox, the number of colors, the count, the size, and the actual stitch count, the store that it came from, the website that it came from, the day that I started, and the day that I finished. I so wish I would have done this with diamond paintings. I really do. But like I said before, real quick, just to forewarn everybody, since we're almost 10 minutes in already, this is going to be a long video. So you were warned. But I've always seen like cross stitch kits, and I've always heard about it, and you know, I knew the concept of the hoop, the fabric, the needle, the thread. You go in, or you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. But that's it. Like, I didn't know that there was so much stuff about cross stitching, and I definitely didn't know the gorgeous patterns and pictures and everything that you can make out of needle and thread. Like, it's mind-blowing. It really is. And the lingo. I still do not know half the lingo, but it's absolutely amazing that a group of people that share the same interests can come up with their own language for their hobby. I don't know, I love it. But I got my first kit at Walmart. It was just a little tiny cross with like some flowers and stuff around it with leaves. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm going to try this, and that'll be it. Well, I bought the kit, and it laid there forever. So then I started watching FlossTube, and then while I was watching FlossTube, I had a chance to get the China Garden cross stitch, which I'll show you guys that here in just a few. But I got that one, and right around the time that I got that one, I ordered my belly dancer cross stitch off of AliExpress, which a few of you may remember that, because I remember saying something about it on one of my videos, and then I remember posting a picture of it on Instagram. So, but I got the China Garden and the belly dancer at the same time, and in the mix of getting both of those, I was watching FlossTube also, so I got both those kits out. I was like, love them, but what do I do? So I read all the directions like 100 times, still was super clueless, so I watched more FlossTube, and then I was like, oh yeah, I got a small pattern, so I will start with that first. Well, I started on it, and I thought I was doing okay. Once I figured out how to actually do it, I started on it, and I was doing okay, but then I realized that I had a color wrong. So I was like, okay. So I took like the whole leaf out that I did, which was, I don't know, probably about that big. So I took that all out, and then I stitched it back, got it all, pretty and like it was supposed to be. And then I started working on a flower. So I got half the flower done, which, I mean, they were bigger than the leaf, obviously. And I got half that flower done. I got the inside done. Like, it was cute. Like, the picture was coming together, and I was super happy about it. So then I started stitching the other half of the flower, and I realized that once I got the flower done, I realized that the second color that I picked was the wrong color. So I took that all out, and I started stitching with the right color, but by then I was over it. It wasn't really one that I was dying to do, so it was just more or less practice. And I literally have no idea what I was thinking, to where if I couldn't do a, small, tiny cross stitch, that I was going to be able to do one that was, 57 by 45 centimeters. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Practice makes perfect, though. I have got better. So that's how I began. YouTube, the Walmart stitch, or the Walmart cross stitch. And then I started to work on the belly dancer and the China Garden. And once I realized that I was doing okay, like, I mean, my stitches were there. I was keeping count. My back was a mess, but a lot of people, it's mixed feelings on Floss tube. You know, some people are like, you know, the back's got to look okay, it's got to look good, who cares what the back looks like. But I don't know, I'm still pretty conflicted about the back. But in my opinion, I felt like I was doing okay. My stitches were staying, it was right on my count. I mean, it just, everything seemed like it was going all right. Well, as most of you know, I shop a lot on AliExpress. That is where probably 95 of my diamond paintings have came from, is AliExpress, because I mean, one, they're they're super cheap, and then I could literally buy a diamond painting from each store for 5 years, every day for 5 years, and I probably still wouldn't be able to hit up all the stores. And even if I did hit all the stores, they have so many patterns that I could literally buy every single pattern, and it'd take me like 50 years to buy them all. Not to do, obviously, you wouldn't be able to do that in a lifetime. So I did the same thing with cross stitches, and only it was so much worse, because I mean, yes, diamond paintings on AliExpress are cheap, but it's still, you're going to still pay at least $20 to $40 for a diamond painting on AliExpress, to get a good one, and, you know, good size for good quality. But with cross stitch, especially for being a beginner with Ada, I was getting cross stitches for like $3. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I am about to go crazy. And that's literally what I did. I started stitching, I didn't count the one from Walmart. I completely forgot. Didn't even think about this book until afterwards. But I started the China Garden on September 19th. So from September 19th until now, I have probably 70 kits, if not more. In this book, I wrote the ones that I have. Like, I have a list of the ones that I have, but I also have down the ones that are in kits that I haven't quite got yet, but are coming. And it equals out to 104. Oh my god, my husband's gonna kill me. I hope he don't watch this. I hope when he edits this video, this part is skipped out. For him, not for y'all. So yes, needless to say, I went crazy. And then I found out that, because like every single one of these kits, honestly, I think except for 2 are 14 count Ada. Recently, I found out that Ada's okay, but in my opinion, I really like 25 and 28 count. So now I'm stuck with all this 14 count Ada, and I want to get, you know, 28 and 25 count fabric for all of these patterns, which is going to be literally impossible. Like, it would take me so long, and not to mention it would be super expensive. So because I got ahead of myself, I am going to suck it up and pick my most favorite patterns to do on a higher count, and then the smaller ones I am just going to stitch with what was given to me in the pattern. Okay, I think that is all of that. And if I think of any more, I'll just say it. Because we're already 20 minutes into this and I feel like we've gotten nowhere. Okay, so. Let me see. I got a bunch of hoops for some of my tools that I've collected. Like, I do plan on doing more videos about this, so like you'll definitely see the materials and stuff that I have. But a few of them that I have sitting right here by me is my Q-Snap. I love this thing, like super love this thing. It does get kind of annoying because I am a two-handed stitcher, to where I like to have one hand on top at all times and then one hand on bottom at all times, and I can't do that with this. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped using the hoops as well, because I had to hold the hoop. So then I got this really for more like room to work, so I wasn't doing like, you know, 5 or 10 blocks and then having to redo my hoop every time. So then I got this thinking it would be better, and it was, but I still can't stitch the way I want to stitch. So then I was telling my husband my dilemma, and then he got me this. You can set it down. It's nice and soft. Yeah, because wood's soft. It's nice and short. I can set it right here on my chair and do it, or I can set it right here on my desk, and then use the two hands on the pattern. It's getting late, so yes. I do love this thing because it is super, super convenient. But when I got it, I was thinking, and I don't know why I was thinking that it was going to be bigger, because I knew the measurements. Plus, I like the fact that it's small, because then I can just kind of sit back and relax. But I started to get bigger patterns from AliExpress, so I got a way bigger one of these. But I can't quite show it yet because there is a pattern on there that is a present for my mother, and she's not allowed to see it yet. But I will show it soon. Okay. With that being said, we're going to look at whips. But before that, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there is at least 5 kits that I have in a week's rotation right now. I literally had no idea how to do a rotation, really. Like, I tried to follow everybody else, but I don't know why I just couldn't come to terms with somebody else's rotation. So I thought, you know what, I'll just pick the ones that I really need to get done and just kind of make one up as I go. So I have all of the kits that I'm making for other people out for my rotation now, which brings me to the next part. In case, like, I got one for my son, which obviously he's 2, so even if he does see it, he's not going to realize. I have 2 for my mother. I have 1 for my mother-in-law, and I have 1 for my sister-in-law. So my next video, I am going to only start like showing you guys my rotation pieces. But this week I just wanted to show you the whips that are not rotation, and so that way I could say or tell them in advance that I will be showing their presence. So when I tell them, like my mom for instance, when I say, you know, okay mom, I'm about to show your projects that I'm working on, so like stop watching the video for a minute, then she can stop watching the video for a minute. At the beginning of my videos, when I do start doing the rotations, I'm going to try to put at the beginning like, you know, mom's project number 1 from this time to this time, mom's project number 2 from this time to this time, and so on and so on. Well, for my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. So hopefully that will keep them from seeing them, but I wanted to be able to work on them and show you guys the progress that I'm making on them as well. So also there is only 5 projects 7 days of the week. So I do have a 6th and a 7th one pulled out. One of the 6th one that I have pulled out was a freebie from Peacock and Fig. It's just a little peacock feather, and I fell in love with it. It's so colorful, it's so pretty, and I want to get it done. And it's just a little tiny bitty thing. Like, it wouldn't take long at all. So I'm thinking that maybe like I can put maybe 5 to 10 stitches in it a day, just to see if it could get done and not have it in rotation. But then I just bought my first Heaven and Earth design today, and I am dying to work on that. So I'm thinking that I'm either going to put my Heaven and Earth design into rotation, or just put in 5 to 10 stitches on that a day as well. And I also wanted to I don't know, make a little game if you guys wanted to, because it's my first Heaven and Earth. I kind of wanted it to be fun, but then I was thinking either way it goes, it's still going to be super fun. But I was thinking that maybe keeping the Heaven and Earth design a secret and not show you guys what it is, and then you guys just watch me stitch it and watch it come to life with me. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys would be into, or if you just want to see the pictures and watch it come to life knowing that you've seen the picture. Okay. This is the Heaven and Earth design. But like I said, pictures covered. So let me know if you guys would want to do that, or if you would rather see the picture and watch it just as I would. Okay. First is China Garden. I ordered this August 21st, and I started it on September 19th. And this is from Amazon. And it's huge. I keep them all in like little shoe boxes, and I have them everywhere. I even started doubling them up just because they're taking so much space. Like I said, this is thought there was like a bug or a spider or something. This is the first one that I have been working on, and that's all I've got done. And to be honest with you, I am loving that. When I look at it, like, just looking at it, I can't see, I can see the tree, but I can't really see the flowers. But I can on camera. Like, looks like there's like a big flower right there almost. I mean, they're trees, but like, I can really see it pop out on camera. It makes me want to work on it. It really does. But I have almost a page done. I have the page done up this way and I have the page done up this way, but once I like complete the box, that'll be the rest of my page. I have not worked on this one in a very long time, and because of seeing like the fact that I actually seen the picture, it makes me want to work on it. But I can't yet because I've already made up my mind on rotation. So I have to get rotation done first, then I can work on them. I had to make symbols or tags because I was forgetting. Okay. Oh, please don't fall. The next one is the Belly Dancer cross stitch. She's from AliExpress. I started her December 11th, and she is a 45 by 64. Both of these are on 14 count too. If I don't say what count they are, then it's 14. I literally, like I said, the ones that are in the tubs that I have one that's 28 and one that's 16, and both of those are in the rotation. But here is the Belly Dancer one. You cannot tell at all what she is. On all of the ones that I've started, I've pretty much started like in one of the corners. This is the first one that I've actually started that was in the middle. So yeah, definitely can't tell what she is. I was doing cross country with her, so it's really hard to tell like how much more of a page that I need. Look at all that floss that comes with her. I looked at that and immediately became overwhelmed. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't know, it was weird because I seen all that floss and it was like an overwhelming but super excited feeling. I don't know, it was super weird. Like, I've never felt that. This one I don't have wrote down because it is a pattern that, well, it was a picture that I had in my phone, and I found this app. Tell you guys what it is. X stitching app. I didn't really know what it was, didn't really know what it did or any of that, but I downloaded it and I was playing with it. And if you put a picture into the app, and put in like your stitch count or whatever, and literally just your stitch count, then it'll pop out a chart. I'll tell you the colors that it generated. It'll give you like a map with all the different pages on it. And then obviously the chart. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I really don't. I did quite a few of them actually, like printed the charts off, but that's literally all the farther, or yeah, that's all I've gotten done out of, ooh, sorry about that. That's all I've gotten done out of it. So, little flyaways, trying to wait till I can stitch over the backs of them so I can cut them off. But yeah, so I don't know, when I start working on it more, hopefully it turns out okay. If it doesn't, I can't really, why am I going out of focus so bad? If it doesn't turn out good, I mean, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed just because of the fact that I've put that much time and work into it. But at the same time, it's, I don't know. It's just one of those things to where if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Which I really feel like I'll be able to tell if it's going to look good within the first couple of pages. The next time I start working on it, I'm going to work on a detailed part to where it's actually the picture and not just the background, to see if it's going to turn out well or not, because I really don't want to spend all that time stitching on something that's going to look like crap when it's done. Okie doke. My next one I got from Wish, I believe. Yep. Like I said, I had to stack more than one cross stitch kit. Wow, brain fart, in one bin. But this is Season Tree Summer. I started this on November 14th, and it's 45 by 45 centimeter, and it is printed fabric. But it's kind of hard to see with it being printed. But I got that little butterfly done. As soon as it can focus in. And then I just pretty much got up there done. But I am going to have to take all of this out because, like I said, I was super new and realized too late that this is 11 count and I was using 2 strands. So I have to take it all out just so that way I can add one more strand of floss and then put them back in. I think this is my spring tree one. I have all 4 seasons. I couldn't help myself. I seen all 4 of them. They were a pretty good price, so I had to get them. But yeah, so definitely not in a hurry to redo them. Sorry about the phone keep going out of focus like that. So I pretty much stopped, and yeah, that's the way that one went. Alright, that one. Dream House cross stitch is the next one. This is a 70 by 39 centimeter from AliExpress. I started it January 19th. Oh wow, I started that this year. I didn't know that. Yeah. This one, I was super, super excited about getting and starting because it was my first silk diamond painting cross stitch. I did not get a lot done because it was my first silk cross stitch, and with me being inexperienced with cross stitching in general, with trying to do silk threads, I was super lost. I did though. This is 11 count, so I used 3 strands. I did learn my lesson, but literally the bottom is all I've gotten done. Maybe if it wants to focus in, but yeah. I have 2 silk. Well, I mean, I have more than 2 silk patterns, but like I have 2 that I've started, and this one is so much better than the other one that I'm working on. I must have done something different. But yeah. So that's that one. I am so sorry about my phone going out of focus like that. I do not know what is wrong with it. Maybe if I back up a little bit. Let me try. Hopefully that'll work. Because it wasn't doing it at first, and now all of a sudden, that's all it wants to do. Okay. Back to my handy dandy notebook. Okay. I got all 12 months of these little bear cross stitch kits. I started because I got all 12 months of these little bears cross stitch kits, and then I got the 12 constellations. So I was going to try to put in, this is so ridiculous, but for some reason I was thinking, because it was like the count or whatever of the stitches was 90 by 90, like it wasn't 90 stitches, you know, going up and 90 stitches going over. Like it was like 90, I don't even know how you would say that. Like when you count your blocks, like 0, 10, 20, 30, it's 90 by 90 that way. But anyway, for some reason that I was thinking that it only had 90 stitches in it all the way. So I was like, oh, you know, half of these, or like almost every single one of the constellations and the months only have like less than 100 stitches. So I thought, a stitch a day, and I'll have them done by, you know, June, and I'll have 24 kits done. No. No, I was wrong. So I started January, February, March, April, May, and June. Okay. They're all, well, yeah, they're all 21 by 21. They're all from AliExpress, and the earliest one that I've ordered was December 6th. And then the latest one that I've got out of those was March 11th. So between December 6th and March 11th is when I ordered and got them. Okay, my phone's probably going to go out of focus, so bear with me if it does. And I double these up too. February, January. Because, yeah, 24 boxes with tiny little kits. Look how cute. They're all like that. They're all super adorable. Where's the top? Yeah, that's all that I got done of her. That was it. All of these are 20, I about said 25 count because that's a 25 count. They're all 14 count. But yeah, that is what she is going to look like. She's going to be absolutely adorable. And I completely forgot to show you guys what my other ones were going to look like too. I am so sorry about that. I will either like show them more in my other videos, or maybe at the end if I remember and if I can get my husband to remember, I'll take pictures of all of them, how they're supposed to look, and maybe do like a slideshow. Don't be mad at me if I don't. If I don't do it, then I will just gradually show what they're supposed to look like throughout the video. Unless you want to see it, then comment below and I'll show you the picture in the next one. But there's January. Oh, maybe. Go away. Oh, but that's him. And he is super, super adorable as well. I can't wait to get these done. With doing these bears, I think is what I'm going to do is maybe just throw in a couple of stitches every now and then on the month that it is, like with April. Just throw in a couple of stitches. Oh, I didn't show you what January looked like. I just showed you the picture. He is the furthest one that I have done. I have 2 colors completely finished with him. I believe there's 3 colors in here. Yeah. I have 3 colors stitched in those 2 little sections, and 2 of those colors are completely done. So, he is definitely the furthest one out of all 6 that I've started. The other ones just look like little tiny ink blobs, colorful ink blobs. But yes, that's all I've gotten done of April, which is sad. But as I said, I think I'm going to work on them whichever month it is. Just to kind of try to get them done. And this is March. Maybe if the... He's so cute. He's got little gold threads that come with him. My guess is that it's supposed to be like Krennic. I have some of that, but I've never used it. And I've never used the stuff that comes with these either. So I don't know, like, if it's any good, if it's the same. Like, the ends, maybe if it'll focus. Like, they're fraying really bad. I don't know if the other stuff, like the actual Krennic, does that bad or what. But I don't know. Like I said, I went cross stitch crazy on ordering all these different patterns before I even really knew what cross stitch was. I had no idea that there were so many shops and sellers. I I didn't know about any of the fancy stuff that you could get with them, like beads or, you know, the Krennic or all the DMC collars, like light effects. Like, I didn't know any of that. I literally just found out a lot of this stuff with them just like the past month or two. But there is June. Cute little sailboat. Oh, he's so cute. But I've gotten nothing done of him either. Just some white, like, literally, it's right there. That's it. And last but not least, beautiful Mayflower. She's got a little flowers in her hair, her cute little dress. She's so pretty and cute. She's got little vines coming out of the little flowers. But right there, that's all I've gotten stitched of her too. So, yeah. Not very much done on the bears. And I don't really go anywhere that often. The only time I'm in the car more than 15 minutes at a time is every 2 weeks when I go to my doctor's appointment. That's an hour away. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could use whatever month it is as like an every 2 week travel piece. Okay, that is in rotation. That one's in rotation. I had a finish. I had one finish. I bought another little kit from Walmart because I had zero idea what to get my mother-in-law for Christmas. So I was like, okay, what to get her? And I was kind of looking around, and obviously, like, I don't have a craft store where I live. Literally, the only kinds of crafts that I can get anywhere in my town is at Walmart. And it's very, very slim pickings. Very slim. I can't believe I found 14 count Ada there. Like, I was shocked. But the closest place to get any kinds of anything related to crafts is at Hobby Lobby, which is like an hour away from me. So, while I was at Walmart, obviously I had to take that chance and go to the craft section. And when I was there, I seen a little cross stitch pattern that had a basket full of laundry that said laundry today or naked tomorrow. And I was like, that'd be perfect. I was like, I can literally see that hanging up in her laundry room. So I got it for her. I started it December 31st and I finished it January 7th. So I was literally only working on it for like a week. It was 6 by 6 inches. So it was really small. But I still finished. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, Leo, and Cancer. Yep, those. All of those I have started. Just like with the bears, hardly any of them are over 100 stitches, and if they are over 100, it's by like 20 or less. So I figured that I could do a stitch a day and have them done in 100 days, but I was super wrong, of course. But they're all 14 count. They're all from AliExpress, and I started know if I started Leo and Cancer, and if I did, I didn't write the date down that I started them. So I really hope that I didn't start them. But I know, like, Virgo, I started March 7th. Scorpio, March 11th. And Aquarius and Capricorn, I started March 1st. So, I didn't get hardly any of these done at all either. Which one is this? I think, okay, this one's, I have 3 of them in this box. Okay, so I didn't start Cancer yet. I didn't start Leo yet, but I know that I started Virgo. Here's what she's supposed to look like. Isn't she pretty? I love that blue. And this is what I've got done. Just a little bit of the bird's wing. The outline of this bird's wing. That's all I've gotten done. So, I need to be working on this one more too. But the way that I look at it, honestly, like, yes, I did go absolutely crazy with these kits. And yes, there are like 1,000 more that I want. So I figured it's going to take me a while to get the 7 that I want to get done finished. So once they are finished, I will go back through and look at my kits and see if I'm still in love. If I'm still in love, I'll keep them, I'll stitch them. If I'm not in love, I will get rid of them. I will find them brand new homes for somebody to love them. Okay. This is my husband's sign. Capricorn. Her little goats. She's so pretty. That's all I've gotten done of her. Her hand. And that's it. It's right there. That's it. Like with these, because I was only doing 1 stitch a day, the ones that I did start of the bears and these ones, I wanted to try to start in the middle just because that's where all the detail is. So that way I could try to actually get somewhere with them. This is Scorpio. This is Jackson's sign. And this is one of my bigger ones. I mean, I still don't have anything done, obviously. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's supposed to be like somewhere right in here, I believe. I don't know. But yeah. And then I got one more, which is Aquarius, which is my sign. And the one thing too is If anybody ever gets a kit from AliExpress, buy your own needles, because they give you these super, super tiny, tiny little needles, and they don't, even on the 14 count, they don't poke the hole big enough to where your thread can actually go through without like brushing up against the Ada, and it just frays your stitches. Like, it is absolutely excuse me, it is absolutely ridiculous on how much it destroys your stitches. Okay, so either I'm losing my mind or I'm misplaced my kit. Oh, nope. Losing my mind. Okay. Here's what gorgeous Aquarius looks like. She is going to be absolutely gorgeous when she is done. To be honest with you, once I stitch her on this, I may go back and stitch her on something bigger. See, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not. Maybe. Come on, focus. I don't know. I mean, if it would focus, you guys may be able to see it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to focus. Sorry about that. But you can just see, like, all the little tiny hairs and everything. And then, like, on the actual, like, piece of thread, like, it's just nothing but fuzz all over it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But then I was watching, honestly, I don't even remember who I was watching, but they had said something about making sure that your needle was big enough to where it would actually poke the hole big enough to where your thread was going to go in without fraying. But that's how much I've gotten of her. Not very. So yes, let's see. Trying to remember how I had all these. Oh, shoot. Alrighty. 3 more kits. I hope none of you guys are bored yet. And if you are, I am so sorry. I promise the videos next time will be better. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions or anything, let me know, because like I said, I am super, super new to this whole floss tooth thing. This one's just called Mermaid. I feel like there's a better name for it, but I don't know. That's just the name that was under the picture, or excuse me, in the description on AliExpress. But she is a 40 by 61. I ordered her January 4th, and then I started her March 13th, and she came with 8 different colored beads. So she was like one of my first kits that came with beads. And I was super excited to actually like try them out. But then I realized that I started way too many kits, that I needed to dial it back a little bit and finish some. But this focus thing is making me mad. There's 2 of them. Oh, I poked myself with the needle. One thing that I can say, I mean, I'm sure the needle is still going to not be exactly what it is, just because of the fact that it's still the same size, but they gave me a sharper needle to poke through with the beads, I guess. I don't really know, because looking at the chart, it looks like the beads just kind of go through the holes anyway. Disaster. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say that word. Didn't have a downpour of cross stitches. Okay. Like I said, this one is called 4 Seasons cross stitch. I hate the name for this. There has to be a better name for this pattern. But it is a 51 by 36, again, AliExpress. I started this on February 22nd. Again, this one was absolutely amazing, and I didn't want to stop, but right around the time that I started to do this one was when I got my first 28 count and started kind of playing around with that. And when I realized how fast I got used to doing 28 count, with how much detail and just how pretty this chart is, I am really, really, really considering moving it to a bigger count, so that way it just looks better. Because, I mean, in my opinion, like, all cross stitches are absolutely gorgeous, but I just feel like they look better the higher the count. Well, I guess I can't say that, because I mean, that laundry one was 6 inches by 6 inches, and I thought it looked awesome. I don't know. I guess it's just a preference, maybe. I really like the way that things look on higher counts. But now that I think about it, Stitching with Jules, like, a lot of her projects are on 18 count, I think. And oh my god, they're amazing. Like, they're huge. They're amazing though. So yeah, I guess it's just my preference on being the higher count. So maybe I will keep this on Ada. But here's all the colors to it. It's absolutely amazing. That is what drew me in to begin with, was all of the colors are just absolutely gorgeous. And I love this store. Everything's so soft, so bright. It doesn't fray as easy, but then again, I figured out you gotta use a bigger needle. A little bit of parking on this, but this is literally all that I got done, just because, like I said, I was really seriously considering doing it on a higher count, but now that I've just had an epiphany, I really think that I may just keep it on here. Especially because I already have enough Ada laying around. I really don't need no more. But that's what that one's gonna look like. If it'll stop focusing out, maybe you guys would be able to see it. And it's a little bit better. But I'm guessing it's like, yeah, it's the seasons. Summer, spring, fall, winter. 4 seasons, duh. But I love it. Each one of these girls are cross-stitching. Some are doing it with friends. There's a few dogs in here. There's a stack of bobinated flosses. Books. Like, I told my husband, like, if they had diamond painting on there, I was like, it would be literally perfect for me. I'm like, you got cross stitch, you got dogs, you got books. Like, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. Like, I mean, I am in love with, I love some of my cross stitches, and then I am absolutely in love with some of my cross stitches. And this one is I am absolutely in love. Like, I want this one to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, we made it to the last one. And I hope I didn't bore anybody too bad. It's like over an hour-long video. Which one is this? Okay. Madonna and Child cross stitch. I actually won this one on a game that I play, the Berry Dice app game. So all of them come from I'm guessing they all come from Amazon. Every one that I've won, or everything that I've ever won on that game so far has come from Amazon. So I'm guessing everything does. But I won this kit on February 22nd and started it March 3rd. And she came with gold colored beads. I think she came with, yeah, she did. Some of that gold stuff. I don't know if it's supposed to be like Kranich or not. I don't know a whole lot of designers that like actually make the cross stitches, but because of the whole fantasy style, I do know Joan Elliott, because I am in love with like every single one of her patterns, and this is one of hers. And this stuff, you can just feel it and tell that it is so much better quality than the stuff that comes from AliExpress. I mean, you can see it, you can feel the difference. I mean, the ends are still pretty frayed, but I'm guessing that that's how they're supposed to be. Like, they're not splitting. Like, each strand is just a strand. Like, they're not splitting off or anything. The fabric feels a bit, like, not soft. Like, it's soft, but not super soft. Yeah, I didn't even open that because I figured it was just way too small. But yes, Madonna and Child by Joan Elliott, and it is a 12 by 15. I had to have her because any mother with a baby I am absolutely in love with, because ever since I became a mama, I have to have every kit that's got a mother and a baby. And if it's a girl baby, I'll turn it into a boy baby. But that's all I've gotten done of her. I thought I messed it up at first, and then I was like, wait, no, I didn't. But yeah, that's it. I was just going crazy with starts. Like every new kit I was getting, I was like, ooh, I gotta start it. Then I'd get a new one, and I'd be like, ooh, I have to start that one too. So now I have a million starts. And birthdays and Christmases coming up of kits that I want to make people, and they're never going to get done if I keep starting everything. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, you have officially made it through my part of my whip parade. Like I said, I still have 6 kits that I have started, but they are part of rotation, so I will start those next week. Today's Monday, so I may do it this week. I don't know. If I don't do it this week, then I'll definitely have it done by next week. I also have another diamond painting product review video coming out too. My plan is to do that one tomorrow. So look for that. Yeah, I think I might be done. An hour and 20 minutes. This is crazy. I don't think I've ever had a video this long where I just talked. So yes, that was that. I really can't think of anything else to say. If you guys want to see more, let me know. I mean, yeah, like I said, this is my first one, so I am all up for suggestions. No, I mean, if you don't think it's a good idea, like, I mean, I'm pretty much up for everything. I probably am going to give this a go and try it, even if a lot of people don't want to see it, like with the whole like diamond painting, just because it is a whole nother hobby, and there's so many people that love cross stitching, and now that it's such a big part of my life, I definitely do want to do both videos. So I do want to try it. I just hope it works. But with that being said, I definitely am open for suggestions on how I can make the videos better if, need be, which I'm a perfectionist. I feel like I can always improve on something. So, but yes, I am going to get off here because, as you can hear in my voice, it is getting late and it is almost bedtime for me. 5:30 comes very soon. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to each and every one of you very soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.